I'm having some problems here already. Should have known. Okay, now, there we go. Here we go. If you can't tell by now, I'm having some major mercury malfunctioning. So, oh my gosh. Just, okay, let me get it set up here. It's like everything I touch, like fumbles, flips, doesn't finish a message that I'm posting on the community. Like, what was that? I came back and looked at that and I'm like, what was that? Okay, so now I gotta find you guys. Oh, does it say I'm live or no? I might not even be live. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I see me. Again, it says private. Public. I'm not private. Okay, the dog wants to be let out. He's like, I know what you're doing. I'm gonna get out of here. See you later. My Mercury is getting whacked today. So we're just gonna, that needs to be turned on. That's on. Details, please. That is good. I don't think I want to wear this bracelet. That is good enough. I think, let me take this off. This is just not working. And then hey guys, you know what? I was trying to describe why I'm having such a mercurial problem. That buffering right off the bat, I need to change the title of this live because in less than 24 hours on Twitter, I was time limited. I couldn't use it. And it was when I would talk about these sensitive places and locations around the globe. So let me change my thing. You might want to adjust. It looks blurry on my end, but you guys can adjust the resolution if this is looking blurry to you. With that little wheel. Let me change this title. Can I please change this, please? Where do we even begin? Okay. What in the wide world of news? Okay, I hope that works. And now I just got to make sure I can see you guys. Yeah, I'm having some mercury problems. I'm definitely having some mercury problems. Let me get this resolution going. Skip ads. I want to see my peeps. Okay, that looks just so much better. Okay, so begin again. Hi, how are you? I was planning to come live earlier, but the snow ended, so I went outside to shovel, and I was hoping for a 9:30 start, but I knew as soon as I typed it, that wouldn't happen because transit Mercury is squaring my Mercury, Sun, and Saturn, and my Mercury, Saturn are opposite, so this is a big mess, obviously. I'm already buffering, and having delays. So my apologies for that. I was really excited. I don't know if I was buffering during this part or not. 7,000 subscribers. Thank you so very much. This last 1,000 subscribers, I thought I was never going to hit 7,000. but it happened after the new moon, the full moon. So thank you guys so much, so much. I'm just I can't believe we've been together for almost 3 years. It's been amazing. So thank you so very much. Let me say hello to you guys. Yeah, hi Strawberry. Yes, Jan, I'm frozen, buffering. We love YouTube. That's the thing, we love YouTube. Yeah, Rick, I was already buffering, so I changed the title. So hopefully that solved the problem, because I had certain locations around the globe listed. So I just changed that to what in the wide world of news is going on. Buffering. I'm so sorry. Hi, Sharon and Emma and AJ and Nancy and Bonnie and Carmen and Mary, Mimi, and Dr. Nancy, AJ. So are we good? Yeah, I did start over. I'm just not having a good Mercury experience right now. Hi, Apple and Rosa. I'm good. I'm back. You can see me. Pauline said I was buffering really bad. Yeah, pretty bad. So I bet I am going to have to be careful with the words that I'm using tonight, because twice, I think this has happened to me maybe once while I've been on Twitter. Twice in less than 24 hours, I was time limited. And my last tweets, like maybe I was quote tweeting someone, but it was related to what's the stuff not happening in the US or North America. So, and I was away from a lot of news today, and when I think we're finally ShockWave. Queen, known most wanted, Texas, arrested in Arkansas, Wednesday morning after an all-night. That is very interesting, because today's Thursday. I'm having a problem with my days. I was getting a lot of ringing in the ears yesterday, but very lightly. But I knew something was up. I thought something was going to go down. So, wait, am I buffering again? No. Never again. Hello, Queen. Today is a great day. So much going on. I can't wait to find out. But so I'm going to tell you what I've been up to yesterday, which is a lot going on. Man. Yeah, I know good stuff was happening. Okay, so where do I begin? So we left off with our full moon, and I was talking. When did I last do that? Was it Monday night, Tuesday night? What day is today? Today's Tuesday night. See, this is Mercury again. We talked about what to expect, what kind of platter was being served up with this full moon. I called it Full Moon Cometh, because it was coming for a lot of stuff. And there was so much stuff happening by that point. And so I can't even remember what I said was going to be happening, but I was touching all the points that were leading up to that full moon as we're in our bridge to our Pluto return. Now, the Pluto return, 3 days, you guys, in just 3 days. And we're probably going to wake up and nobody's going to even notice it at all. Just like nobody noticed the Mercury-Pluto conjunction last Friday. That was so historical. So historical. But last night, I'm working on the full moon stuff. And I get a hit to do some things a little bit differently. But I will tell you that when I was doing my asteroids, and the asteroid America has been hanging out in the sign of Cancer, like with a lot of the bad guys, people who are getting in trouble, their asteroids are in Cancer. And so as I was writing down America, all of a sudden, I get this image, a scene from Endgame. If you guys are Marvel fans, Endgame with Dr. Strange. I love Dr. Strange. He's the one with the hands, those magic hands that spin those vortexes, and we can go into time travel and go into different areas of space. Well, anyway, he is a very key part in the Endgame. Spoiler alert, you guys, I'm sorry, okay? if you just go see it. But basically at Endgame, Infinity War, it's like the super big bad guys of all of the galaxy universes against the good guys, okay? But the premise in this movie is basically Thanos killed everyone because he got all the stones together and did his spell. So everybody's dead. Well, half the people died. So they want to go back in time to get the stones before Thanos gets the stones so they can put everything back to normal. And, half the world lives. So in the end, Dr. Strange, this is what he looks like right there. Dr. Strange. This is like a classic scene. This is at the end, when at the very end, Iron Man is going to save the day, you guys. Spoiler alert. But I heard this scene, he improv'd. This was not in the script. He improvised this scene. If you guys have seen this movie, you know how powerful this scene is. So he was telling Iron Man earlier, before they went to battle, Endgame, that this event that they're going through, out of like the 4 million times it can play out, they fail. Only one time does it work out. And so this is like the cue. He's looking at Iron Man like, this is it. This is the end game. See, he's got his finger up. This is our one chance in like the 4 million. And so then Iron Man goes up against Thanos, gets the stones, does the thing, the magic trick, snapping his finger to make all those stones surge, what they do. And Iron Man ends up dying, but all the good people, they're alive. All the bad guys turn into dust. So last night, I'm writing out the asteroids. And I'm writing America. And this scene comes to my clear as day on my third eye. Like a movie. Like he's telling me, this is our chance. This is it. This is the end game. And then today happened. I don't even know what happened, but I know it's really, really good. So that was amazing because I don't really get movies that come to, well, I kind of do, but like this was like someone turned on the TV for me and said, watch this scene. And then I was done because I knew we were at the end game, which is kind of awesome, right? How are you guys doing? Thank you so much. Nancy, I'm a Marvel fan. My partner's an expert, and he's my go-to for info about Marvel-related stuff. You got to have one of those people because I didn't really watch the Marvel stuff until COVID lockdown, and I was like, that was a good thing to watch. But like, I still feel like I'm trying to keep up with these things because all these movies, they go back and forth, and then it's fun. I love it because you pick up things and how they intermix with movies from the past and then the movies that they're going to make. It's so much fun. Okay. Yes. How are you guys? Yes. Marie, my son's a Marvel junkie. He loves them all so much. They're so great. Oh, he's the leader of that. Oh my gosh. Did you know the leader of the A Brotherhood? That is amazing. Last night, Australia added to their list of terrorists. They added Hamas. But then they're like, we're adding the far-right national American group, blah, blah, blah. I can't even remember what it's called. I'm like, I have never heard of them. I think it was called the Nationalist Socialist something. Formerly Adam Waffle, that stuff. So that was last night. And then that person was taken into custody today. And we've got this guy. And then we've got people arrested up north, you know, in the Great White North, arrested up there as part of the fruckery. That's what I have to call it, because I'm going to buffer if I say anything else, right? Oh, hi, Holly and France. Okay, so that's how I started this off. Dr. Strange, okay? Let's talk about what happened last Friday really quickly, because I talk a lot about our Pluto return, which is on February 20th. Pluto will be at 27 degrees Capricorn, 33 minutes and 8 seconds. Okay, and that's where it is in the United States chart. It takes about 248 years for it to return to this position. As you know, Pluto is the god of the underworld, life and death, destruction, war. Our nation was birthed in the American Revolution. So, yeah, war is part of our founding, our DNA, our structure. My hypothesis has been whenever Pluto has come back to the place where it was before in a nation, democracies have a very hard time surviving 250, 300 years because this comes back. If they do survive longer than that, they end up having to amend their constitution, which resets the nation's horoscope. So this Pluto return is very difficult. It's been very challenging. The silver lining about Don Holio and all the insane cosmic stuff that's been happening since 2019, 2020 is that we've been able to clear out everything that needed to be destroyed, the things that needed to be transformed, the things that had to break away because they have no business building going forward. So it's kind of like we got a leg up on this. So we have this Pluto return. A lot of people have been very fearful about it, but I feel like we've gone through so much stuff. We're going to be on the back end of the transformational, like the healing part of it. And with news like that today and these mofos getting taken down, holy crap. Did you know, in the United States chart, Neptune for me represents those Nazis, those supremacist people. In the USA chart, that is at 22 degrees Virgo. It is, I'm sorry, I've got this hair stuck here. I'm so sorry. That is what symbolizes that for me. But as we head towards our Pluto return, Neptune right now is 21 degrees Pisces. In fact, it went into the 22nd degree in the months ago, but now it's here. So it's exactly opposite. So what that does as we head into our Pluto return, our reset, our American Renaissance, is that this Neptune has a challenger, its own self, 180 degrees away. Its opposition, the people who maybe they don't like, but we, the people, the public, don't agree with this. And it's like Neptune creates the haze and the confusion. Being opposite, it's like it stretches that veil that these guys can't hide behind anymore, because Don Holio and all of them, in all their charts we've been doing, they hide their stuff behind Neptune. It shows up over and over and over again. So a big thing for our Pluto return, is those not supremacist people who think they're great are going goodbye. That you're not functioning in our new democracy anymore. Do you guys get that? We are 3 days away, and these Nazis are dissolving and they're getting arrested. Welcome to America version 2.0. We had a little preview of that last Friday because Mercury and Pluto were conjunct at 27 degrees Capricorn. I was so excited. It was the live that I did. I think I called it This Historic Day. Because The last time we had Mercury conjunct Pluto at this 27th degree was on January 10th, 1777, which happened to be the day after a new moon eclipse. So we triggered our very foundation, just being a 6-month-old nation, declaring who we are in eclipse weather. And this is what gave George Washington, help me, Pamela, you named it, the battle. The battles hit out the British. And because it was an eclipse, at key specific dates, now 6 months later, Ben Franklin goes abroad. He goes to Paris to have a meeting. And that's click, eclipse click, he goes abroad. By the fall, click, the war is over. By the winter, 1 year later, click, news finally arrives in Europe that America won, and now France is the first one to recognize America as an independent nation and recognizes her sovereignty. That was that eclipse. And Mercury, Pluto. It's so crazy because Mercury was 25 Capricorn, Pluto was 27 Capricorn. A day later they meet, and because the fast moving Mercury at 27 degrees Capricorn. When these two were conjunct, I mean, the lunation before, it was exactly the same at the quarter moon. Mercury was 25 degrees Capricorn, Pluto was 27 degrees Capricorn, and then by Friday, they mixed it up at 27 degrees Capricorn. You cannot make this up. So that was eclipsed. USA, this is who we are. We're independent. I'm going to go travel far away. We're going to have our friends and allies draw up agreement. Hello, Mercury. Have the Treaty of Paris, and we have our independence. That was Friday. So what did that mean for us going forward? Well, we've had a lot of news about texts. We've had intercepts. We've had digital crypto money. We've had contracts, agreements, insane amount of filings, rulings, decisions that are coming out. Insane. I cannot even keep up with it. Mercury, Pluto is already active and working. And you know what freaked me out, because I'm like, let me look at those asteroids, because of course I did an asteroid list from 1777. Dun, dun, dun. The moon's in Virgo. You cannot make this up. Oh shit. So, and with this, oh, what a mess. And with this moon in Virgo, remember, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, disposited by Mercury. So mercurial things, especially while the moon is in Virgo or Gemini, take center stage. They get the spotlight. They kind of dictate what's going to come to the forefront. So the moon was in Virgo yesterday. Look at this. January 11th, 1777. At 5 degrees Virgo, we have asteroid Karma. This is yesterday, you guys. And Virginia. Prince Andrew settled yesterday with Virginia. It's insane. It's crazy. Let me check in with you guys. I think I need something to erase this with. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, this Pluto is already kicking butt. And aren't we having so much fun playing with the energy too? I mean, how long have we... Oh, I didn't want to erase all this. Anyway, so in 1777, I should use my larger board, but I like this pretty scarf that I have. At 5 Virgo, we have Karma and Virginia. Thank you, Carol Davis. Big love to you back. Marie Sutton, I heard what you won is being donated to charity. Yeah, it was in the millions. Good for her. Yeah, it's weird how headlines get filtered out with algorithms. Like tonight, was having such a hard time finding anything. And then, of course, I get locked out twice. Okay, so that happened. At 0 degrees Virgo, I thought this was really interesting. Then it was Pompeia. I used that for Pompeo with armor. Like he's armored. Not Amor, but he's armored with something. And then we have Thisbe. Thisbe represents like, it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet's love story, but like Thisbe, and I forget the name of the partner, like it ends in tragedy. They die. They kill themselves because of a misunderstanding or something they thought was going to happen. So right at 0 Virgo, we've got Pompeo is armed with a really bad partner, is how I saw that. We have, at 6 degrees, we had Strong and Calgary. I don't know what's going on in Calgary, but I know it has to do with the fruckery going on. And there were arrests today related to that. Moving along in this Virgo. What do I have here? Oh, at 11 degrees, look at this. Bam. You guys know, bam, you're getting hit with something. I think Don Julio got hit with the charges with Trump.org over the summer. But, bam, that's a hit. That's an explosion. That means, bam, you're caught. You're done. Wild. Kind of out of control. Wild. And Orcus. Orcus is the asteroid for one's oath. Like oath keepers. That's how that shows up for me. This is at 11 degrees Virgo. So this was like overnight, or earlier today. And what happened? Bam, dude gets arrested. This one is interesting at 14 degrees. Langley, like Langley as in, what is it, our CIA, our intel, was conjunct Ukraine. And part. So, discussions between Intel with Ukraine and the parts of the agreements maybe we're discussing, taking this apart bit by bit, because I'm not kidding you, this is January 10th, 1777, the Mercury-Pluto conjunction, which is exactly last week for us. Then at 15 degrees, we have Russia and Tucker. This is 1777. I cannot even. What else do we have here? And whoopsie. Oh. 17. Oh boy, I would expect something out of Georgia, you guys, because it's 17 degrees Virgo. We've got Fanny. And that's my asteroid for that DA or the attorney general. Who is she? She's the state attorney general in Georgia, and she is with Typhon, a flood. So like a flood of information coming out. We have something that's coming out with Austria, and I'm not even going to go there. But at 22 degrees Virgo, and this is way back, January 10th, 1777, eyes on this. We have Kuznetsov. This is my Kushner asteroid with Magnitsky. You guys know Magnitsky. Ancients say, the guy who discovered how Russia was embezzling money out of the public, like retirement accounts. And linear, this shows up for me. It's like drawing a line between systems of like communications and plans. It's like things working in tandem. And then we have Hyperborea, which is basically like a made-up place, like fantasy. So to me, this is like Kushner working with a rusher, embezzling money, and you can draw a straight line to like this new world that they're trying to create. At 26, I mean this, the 26 Virgo, we're still with this. 26 Virgo, we've got Qaeda, as in Al-Qaeda, and chaos. So we still have some time to go in this lunation tomorrow. I would expect some more information, and holy cow, what is this? Oh, and something with Merrick Garland on at 27 degrees. We have Merrick. Oh my gosh. And some more Russians. So that is 1777 Mercury-Pluto conjunct. These were the asteroids. Look what we're talking about today in the last 24 hours. It's crazy. Let me check in with you guys. How are you guys doing? Thank you, moderators. Biden is talking about it so too, because you know it's a magical chart. We have a new moon in Pisces the following day. He has leverage. It's a new world. And like Merrick Garland, when they have a presser and they say something, the next day we have results of whatever it is they're talking about. So with the insanity that's going on right now, especially up north, and the protests with the maggots and everyone, I don't know. I can grab cards, but I feel like the Biden administration has done a really good job of managing every step of the way. He seems to, you know, like how they were saying, oh, he's just making hysteria about war breaking out. No, Biden has his eyes on the prize, and he's putting them under pressure to act quickly, and now all these other things aren't going the way they expected. So those guys, they're all making a lot of mistakes, and part of the purpose and the reason why they're doing the things they are right now and why they're pushing so hard or backing off is because they see the panic all over the globe, and then errors are made, and they have their game plan. They know what's going on. And I have it all over the place that Canada, Freeland, your Minister of Finance, she, you guys, the stuff that Deputy Attorney General Monaco has been working on, it's like she's got the playbook. She knows what's going on, what's going to go down, and one by one, they're working on it. And there are protests that are now happening. It's like I feel like Putin or whoever is summoning all of the protests and people, because, you know, I'm like looking at my feed, and in the picture above, someone up north getting arrested at a protest, and then the next one are police arresting protesters in New Zealand, like because a convoy is traveling around the globe. So that to me kind of feels like the end game. When I had that vision, there's so much going down right now. We can't even keep track of it, right? T. Right, expect something big Friday. Okay, so, yeah, You knew when they said, oh, yeah, I'm moving, troops are moving. I'm like, no, you're staging them from elsewhere. We know what's going on. But why is this going on, you guys? So this is the other thing I was working on last night that blew me away, that I was like, I've got to tell them this. And if you saw me on Twitter, I was kind of screaming last night, and maybe that's why I got kind of a timeout because I'm like, I was tagging the FBI and others like, what's going on with MAL down in Florida and the hacking of Ukraine? There's definitely a role there. So I want to do the TAROTSCOPEs for Canada and DC tonight. But first, I want to show you what I did. And I really, really hope I can keep this story straight because it gets complex. So, I'm like, because I was planning, I'm like, I'll do the TAROTSCOPE with them. I'll just get a head start. What's going on in Mar-a-Lago, Palm Beach? And I start looking at these cards, and I'm like, what are you doing? For example, this is the Eastern, Western, sunrise, sunset, top of the chart. The full moon was high in the sky over Mar-a-Lago on Wednesday, 11:56 a.m. We have all these planets in the sky. I told you guys we were going to get this full moon and there's all these planets in the sky and we're going to be able to see what's happening because the last 2-3 lunations we've had, like, everything's been down here. We're guessing at what's going on, except the moon. Well, it's a luminary. And have you had enough information? Can you see what's going on here? So the thing giving life to this chart is 3 Gemini. Again, Mercury. So I'm like, Mar-a-Lago is Virgo. I analyze. I'm like, whoa. I've never seen this card there. This analyze is like looking at data, kind of surveillance like. And then it had Aries. I am like, I'm going to do something Mars. But again, it's reversed. I'm like, what is all this reversal stuff? So that caught my eye. Then I'm looking here, which has to do with your gains and your like money income. A solar eclipse. Something's got an eclipse in Mar-a-Lago in assets and gains. And then in the communication sector, you know, Gemini owns this real estate. You have the star card with your communications. Star for me has been whatever Putin's been up to. And it's always like been in the sky, or when people think about him, it's over in Putin's area. And this says lunar eclipse change. There's a change. I'm like, this is really weird because I'm like, then down here, the root, what he's defending, protecting, home, 9th house faith. I'm like, what is he do? I'm like, this screams Putin to me. Like when he used to be in office, this was 9th house faith. He's got faith in Putin. So I've got like this intel stuff. I'm going to do something with Putin. So I'm like, but Putin is waging a war in Ukraine. And then I was like, ding. Ukraine's agencies were severely hacked. They said it was from Russia. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, no. Yeah, that's happening. Russia's getting the blame. I'm like, no, it's coming out of, you guys, it's coming out of here. A couple weeks ago, I talked about like the underwater cables, South Florida. Am I going to buffer? Because that caused some buffering before. You know, and then the crazy laws, rules coming out of Florida, Texas, just so insane, off the charts, doesn't make sense. It makes sense if DeSantis has to protect that state and the underground cables coming in and out to other nations, China, Russia, South America. And Devin Nunes, conveniently, is in charge of a telecoms media thing. Do you see what's going on? We're talking about servers. We're talking about traffic. We're talking about cable stuff. This is when I knew Don Julio is in on the Aquarius that's going on with Ukraine, and probably, like it has always shown, him like leaving the back door open into U.S. agencies to get Aquarius, right? Oh my goodness, thank you, Purple Sky. For entertainment purposes only. Isn't this fun? Okay. Do you guys get what I'm talking about? Yeah, Elon Musk is gross. He's part of that whole thing. Yeah, AJ, I feel the same thing. Okay. So does that make sense? Does that make sense? So looking at this some more in Mar-a-Lago, 5th house of the sun, who he is, Don Julio is, the world. What he's doing, his job, 10th house now, is on a world level. He's got comms here. I'm like, he's totally hacking over there. Justice 12. And so what's crowning him, the astrology card, finally makes sense to me. It's this 12th house escape card. I'm like, what are you trying to escape? It's not that they're trying to escape. It's that they're trying to hide the secret that's going on. And they will do anything to escape whatever headline they need to escape to keep this under wraps so nobody can see. So this is what is crowning Don Julio. Got Saturn truth. Neptune sacrifice, that came up again. So I'm sorry. That void of course moon. So, oh boy. Aquarius, I know. I'm Gemini, I think. Aries, I am. Lunar eclipse change. I figured out that lunar eclipse change, I think that's the comms with Russia. The solar eclipse change, that is the comms with China. Oh my God. 9th house. Pisces, nope, that's not it. I'm sorry, you guys. 3rd house. Okay, 12th house escape. There. So this is what's crowning Mar-a-Lago. Escape. He's not escaping anywhere. Just don't look over here, is what he's saying. This area network, the 11th house, who your networks are, your friends, your wishes, dreams, right there. That's the clue. Who's his only friend? His network is Pooty. He does everything he wants him to do. And the secret then over here is the air element, the communications, and then Uranus genius. That is a Putin attack. So when I saw this, I was like, holy crap. He is totally in on what's the Aquarius that's going on in Europe. So I'm like, well, let's take a closer look at this. What else is happening? These are all the TAROTSCOPEs I threw. Mar-a-Lago, Trump Tower, Moscow, Ukraine, Beijing. I did a blank TAROTSCOPE. Nope. I just drew a circle with just the houses, and I said, who is hacking Ukraine? And this is the generic. And then I asked a TAROTSCOPE, what does Biden U.S. government intel, what do they know about the hacking that's going on with Don Julio as a participant with these guys? They know all of it. My mind was just blown. So, 10th house world. These cards, they handed themselves off. Okay, where's this 1st house body? So then I am looking at this one. Let's look at this one with Moscow. So I do this TAROTSCOPE over Moscow. Who are you? Lunar eclipse. The time has come. This is why the lunar eclipse card is the comms with Moscow. Who are you? What do you do in Moscow? Libra. I balance like the scales of justice. No, it's reversed, meaning I destroy the scales of justice and I take what I want. But when we get over here into this area of secrets. Moscow has the Moon and Soul card. That's China. But in the area of hidden enemies, I'm like, the first house body, this is your vitality. This is your leader. This is the health of your nation. Usually, like, your leader, this is their health. I'm like, the hidden enemy is Putin's well-being? Something's going to spring out on him? What is that about? Well, when I got to Beijing, this is in the area of secrets, hidden enemies for Moscow. In the first house, who are you in Beijing? I'm the first house body. You see that? So it's like Moscow has to do what she says to do. So as Russia gets all the blame for stuff, they're hacking. No, they've been told that's the role they have to assume. You know how it kind of got awkward last week, and Macron met Putin at the big long table, and then are you going to invade or not invade Ukraine? It was awkward because there were no answers. We couldn't really figure it out. But it was like, he has no say in that part. We had the Olympics going on. So what was the big distraction? The skater who failed the doping test gets to skate. Everyone stops talking about Putin invading Ukraine. Got it? That was deliberate. And while we're at Beijing, this was the full moon in their area of secrets. Sagittarius, I see somewhere far away. I'm watching you. But Venus, love. This is the hidden enemy. Venus, it's not love. Venus represents money, data, wins, votes. Venus reversed is like, you don't own that yet. This is like hacking. Reversed is, I want stuff. Reversed, I'm going to go in and take it. And it's the hidden enemy because if you get caught. So when I looked at Ukraine, no. Where's Venus? So this is the hidden enemy for China. When I did the generic chart, who is hacking Ukraine? In the generic chart, it came up here in the 4th house, right side up. And to me, because we're here in North America, when I wanted to know what does the Biden administration know about this Aquarius going on in Ukraine, what do you know? What gives life to the chart in the generic chart? This was on the ascendant for what he knows. So he knows who's doing it, where it's coming from, and he's got this favor in his sights. And he had the Aquarius, I know. It's like he knows everyone and what they are doing. It is just absolutely mind-boggling. It's wow. How are you guys doing? Oh, buffering again. What did you miss? What did we miss? Okay, so maybe we'll just stop that convo. Okay? Because if it's buffering, where did I leave off? I was deep into Aquarius, so you know what? I am just going to, okay, I am just going to end it there because, you know, I'm getting kicked off of Twitter. I can hardly get on tonight. But just know, this is all tracing through. You guys, there's a lot more that's going to come. This is the thing they're trying to hide. So Deborah's, hi, Sempress. She says, I'm going to bug you on Twitter later about my Wi-Fi router settings. Okay, we'll do that. That's fine. Okay, and you know what? The thing is, the boy isn't here, and we're not usually really using the Wi-Fi here. I mean, I can go reset it, though. We haven't reset that in a while. Okay, so this void of course moon. This is one last one I need to say about the rusher with the Aquarius. And the rusher down here, the 4th house. Who you defend, the things that you kind of have secret, that you keep hidden, where you like to have your privacy in your home. The void of course moon, something is missing with all this full moon. And to me, this means a plan has not been set yet, which told me he's not in charge of the bigger plans. It's void. He has to wait before he gets the green light to do anything. I mean, this just looks so weak for him. So I'm I was like, what are you talking about? So then this showed up for Beijing over here. Your partner. So Beijing is saying, I've got a partner that we're void on right now. We're taking a pause. Pooty's saying, I'm taking a pause. I cannot go forward. And so we all kind of felt that lull last week when it seemed imminent they were going to go. But then we had this full moon and Beijing was like, wait, we're not ready. It's almost like they're waiting for us to lose interest so they can go do what they want to do. But they can't because there's so much unity behind this whole thing. Okay, so let's do the TAROTSCOPE over Canada and Washington, D.C. because there's a lot of tagging that's going on. What is the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word is. But anyway, so that's that. So there's Ottawa. I love your Minister of Finance. She is amazing. She wrote a book about the oligarchs and how they kind of took over everything. And I was so fascinated by the little bit I read. I got it on audio, so I'm very excited to read that. Well, listen to it. Because everyone acts like they don't know what's going on. You know, like as if people don't do research and they can't see what you're doing. Ping. Sempress, I used to do tech support for routers. It really seems like tonight is just network being finicky for once rather than reacting. Oh, it could also be my Mercury because my Mercury is a mess right now. Let me move this over here. So, and I'm going to move this scarf. I'll move this over here. And then so when I was out shoveling tonight, I was like, what do I need? What do we need to know? And I got very clearly, remember, Donald's chart, his ascendant is 29 degrees Leo. Like, that's the king. That's the star Regulus, I think. It's associated with kings and leaders. The sun today is exactly opposite at 29 degrees Aquarius. So it's like pushing right up over the descendant. This is the west. This is the east. This side, this is your opponent or your partner. He's having a lot of problems with the opposition. And like I've described in the past with sports or competitions like that, if you or your opposition, whoever can land a strike on this line, it is like a TKO, total knockout. It's a win. It's just, you're pinned down. It is such a strike against you that there's no point of return to come back and rebound and win. So the sun right now is getting ready to burst right here. And Don Julio, his part of fortune, think the wheel of fortune, his luck, your luck can be up or down, is there with the sun. So this is it. How he's made his fortune and how he's advanced is with the sun in this Pluto return, getting ready to burst totally and completely onto the scene. And see, there again, I have Dr. Strange in my head. It's going, what? This is the one time. This is it. Crazy. So, Ottawa, what do you have in store for this full moon? Because I can just tell Ottawa is working with their financial FinTrack, working with our FinCEN and other things. Strawberry rhubarb. Yes, I wish she was prime minister now. Will she run for prime minister? She is amazing. She's very strong. I really, really like her. And I think Trudeau, I believe he's a Capricorn. So whatever is going to be shaking out here in the U.S., it's, all these transits with him. He's definitely been feeling it as well. Sempress, yeah, there's a lot of heavy shelling going on, a lot of provocations, and it's just weird because when you look at the news, it's like both sides are trying to say the other one did it. So again, here we have this guise of deception and because they want to do it. Okay, Tarot. Can you show me this full moon Leo over the capital of Canada? '22 Aquarius. Wow. I have to point this out. At the top of the chart, the midheaven, we have 22 Aquarius. Jupiter was rolling around at this degree for about 2 or 3 months. It seemed like forever for me. In the USA chart, this is asteroid Lincoln and Carrie Clow, the ultimate healer, guide, teacher, mentor. But you have this is the exact midpoint. We've got Saturn at 17 Aquarius, and we've got the sun at 28 Aquarius at this full moon. This gives this midpoint, what's in the skies above, so much freaking authority. You've got the law, the comms, the people in alignment with the law and their faith in the law and what they expect. And then you have the sun, your leader, on the other side with perfect balance, the plan, how we're going to attack this and what we're going to do. And then you've got Jupiter and Neptune there, the crybabies, tyranny. And then you have Jupiter expanding that faith, expanding that power, going to be able to go look in other directions that we cannot even see. So, oh boy, and oh my God, maybe it's Prime Minister Freeland is the woman that takes Don Julio down, right? Because look at this, on the ascendant is 21 Gemini 35. Donald's sun is 22 degrees Gemini. He's so caught in the crosshairs here at this full moon. And his moon, because he's an eclipse, baby, is at 21 Sag, right there. And then at the bottom, we've got 22 Leo. Is it 10? So again, it splits Donald's power and influence on the ground. And it's devastating news about what he's done. So thank you. Thank you. Good job, Trudeau and Freeland. Because you guys, this is amazing. Okay. Did I use incorrect grammar? I'm sorry. What's going on? What do we have here? What's your secret? Oh boy, this feels like fluff. It feels like wonderful vanilla, low sugar, lemony cotton candy. Cotton candy is too sweet for me. It just feels so dreamy. The secret, whatever the secret is. Secret hidden enemies. Your networks. What's crowning? I'm telling you, these guys they're in so much trouble. Okay. 8th house. Holy cow, look at this. Look what's lined up in this 8th house. We've got Venus conjunct Mars. This 8th house, that is a money house. This is other people's money. These are debts. These are taxes. These are, it's not income, but it's money that's shared, owed, hidden. And there's that Pluto. The depth of money that is there, that is going to be devastating, coming out of Canada. Holy crap. What is this? Oh, I guess it's 5th house of the sun. Comes. It doesn't want to go. Okay, we'll go that way. Oh, I have to tell you something else. I believe this full moon over Ottawa is full of messages. Can you imagine that? I wonder how many messages that they got on what is the app that they were Zello. They freaking used Zello. I mean, you're gonna get caught with whose idea was it to use Zello? That is what they used on January 6th. We knew that was a bad idea. That is what ISIS uses and Al-Qaeda. I mean, just so very bad. So we have 3rd house messages with, this is China. The moon, the soul, yes, there's been a lot of outrage that has conglomerated and come together on the streets, creating a lot of outrage. But the origin is not Canada. It is China. Solar eclipse. What did I tell you? The card for solar eclipse is China. You guys, this is China. So we have moon, soul. We're going to go over here to that 3rd house. Okay. And in this 3rd house, oh, it's 0 degrees Leo, the sun, a leader. And this is kind of not standing up. Cancer, I feel. So these are the messages that they're getting. What is this, America, because it's Cancer? Yes, because comms going on with America. We're not supposed to know this. So pretend like you didn't see this and you don't hear what I say. From the neighbor to the south, their assistance in messages and finding out what's going on. And, the yahoos that showed up from southern. Okay, this is your southern neighbor. I am so sorry, you guys. This is what we've been dealing with since 2016. So that's that. Wow. Who are you? Canada. 8th house, beginnings and endings. We are not doing this. We're not going to tolerate this. We are so done with this crap and you mofos. And we got your monies, your intention, and we are just going to lay down the gauntlet. You're done. We're not doing this. Dr. Strange. This is the last chance. So, 8th, begin, end. Oops. There. The secret. Feels like dreamy. Sagittarius, I see. That would be the law, maybe? So, the secret. So, these guys, when they were coordinating their attack against the Ukraine, they can see each other and what they're doing. So we have this card, Sagittarius I see. This showed up all over the place. Who has it? Here. Ukraine. Secret. Hidden enemy. This was in the area of hidden enemy for Ukraine. But I felt like the hidden enemy with Ukraine, when I looked at their TAROTSCOPE, do you see how all these colors and marking, because there's so much support there for them globally, that it's actually the world is watching, and the hidden enemy is that they have the world support. This isn't a hidden enemy for Ukraine, but Canada is in on the secret. Who is hacking? Ukraine, the hidden enemy. Now, they don't know they can be seen. You have to feel it out when you're doing this stuff. That's a secret. Hidden enemy in Canada. The 7th house of partners. That would probably be the dark side of your neighbor to the south. Could go either way. So it's a delicate balance, but whenever I think about Biden and Trudeau, they're having very amicable, serious discussions. And like, yes, they're Americans. They broke the law. Arrest them. You have our blessing. Do not hesitate. So in the 11th house, with networks then in Canada, we've got the South Node, life's debts. This is something that we need to address from the past. I would like to say, it's the whole far right nationalism problem that we all have. We need to clean this up. We got NATO after World War II, but the far right has come about again. We need to take care of that. What's crowning Canada? Libra, I balance. Balance with the law and fairness in executing those laws. Moscow had Libra. Who had it reversed? Think about all the psyops that have been on Canada and Trudeau that everyone can see, calling him this and that. I mean, it has been vicious. This I will direct linkly to Putin and his troll farms. That's what it's in the skies. 9th house, lands far away. The law. Water element, sensing. We've got your intercepts. You used Zello, but there's so much more that we know about this whole app because we knew it all about it before you arrived. That's actually what I've been hearing about this. So this is about law enforcement, kind of. I know there's been some bad actors, but undercover, preparing for the surge of this app. Shared resource. So devastating. So the partner, you have a shared partner who is working on catching bad guys. And in the tarot, this is the Hanged Man. 7th house partners. The comms. There you go. Air comms. We have all the intercepts. We've been talking. We can hear you. We see you. 6th house. This is public servants day to day. It's your military. It's those people. Leo, I will arrest you. I will clear all these vehicles. This is your public servant standing up and saying, no more of this. There's another woman in Parliament who had a very impassioned speech. I was like, could you please come and speak here? Because she was calling out all of them like, you can't stand with hate and these Nazis. That's not who we are. She was so clear-minded, then you could hear the guys booing who are taking the sides of the Nazis, like we have here. But for the most part, this is a unified public servants. Yes, we will. 5th house of the sun. Virgo, I analyze. I am analyzing the situation. I'm analyzing the intel. Don Julio had this reversed from Mar-a-Lago. And it seems to me that Trudeau has the goods on him. 4th house, defenses, Jupiter return benefits. Okay, so I am really liking this Jupiter return card, benefits, because to me, the Jupiter return benefits, this is President Biden returning and the benefit we have with him now in office. This keeps following around the good that Biden is trying to do. We had the comms here. The 2nd house, income gains. Oh, what? Aries, I am. Oh, so this is your substance. This is what you value. It doesn't have to be money. It's your values. Don Julio caught again. Mar-a-Lago on the ascendant. What's giving him life this week is I am going to subvert you and I'm going to attack undercover. We have Canada with him at the 2nd and the 5th house. Money, leadership. Holy crap, you guys. Holy crap, right? Holy crap. Okay, I got to figure out how I'm going to write these down because we're going to do DC, but I have to, excuse me, put that there. How are you guys doing? Alberta is Texas North. Yeah. Let's see. As if I know. It's like I know Canada from, like I know where your hockey teams are. Where some of your junior teams are. But that's how I know it. Okay, so we have 12. I hate to ask, Alberta is that like going towards like Edmonton, and it's not BC. But like, I know Calgary. What is Calgary like, you guys? What is Calgary like? Because they seem to have a little MAGA spirit in them, maybe. I'm just going to do this. Air. Five, Virgo. 4. Oops. Okay, so now, if I had 2 astrology decks, I would be able to do that. But. Oh, it's right north of Montana. Okay, so that makes sense because there's been a lot of coverage, with Montana. you know, Montana is just one of those states where I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Have you noticed that our red states, those senators, like we cannot get South Dakota, North Dakota, and how it kind of weaves down towards Missouri, and then we go off to, you know, follow the Mississippi. All of the states that have a pipeline going to from Canada, the Gulf, all those states are red senators. That is no accident. Oh, Linda Sandoval. Still shaking and nauseated. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we did Ottawa. We need, I have too many papers here. We are doing Washington, D.C. Oh. We're going to do Washington, D.C. I thought I had a better... So let's lay out these cards over Washington, D.C. and see what's going on in relationship to Canada at this full moon, because this is just so pivotal. So you can see the chart in D.C. it's kind of similar. We've got Aquarius and Leo on the top and the bottom, Gemini, Sag on the ascendant and the descendant, but they're off by a couple degrees. A lot of California repubs are moving to states where there are no mask mandate. Thus, they are flooding air. Ew. It is so weird how many people are leaving and going to which states. Like, a lot of people were going to Texas. I'm like, why are you going to Texas? Because of Roe. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I know some of you live in Texas, but it just seems really hard there with some of the, you know, the Roe thing especially. There's another thing that's just really ugh with Abbott. Okay. What's going on with this full moon Leo in tandem with Canada and all this stuff going on that we talked about. Second house. Thank you, JK and Ashley. Thank you. You guys are so awesome. I have to show you something in China's chart really quickly. Oh. Beijing. They were the only chart to draw, you know, the Yod, that card of destiny. So we know they're in charge of what's going on. Their destiny hinges, like points, to this area. So when you look, the King of Swords, which is a leader of a hacking nation, hello, King of Swords, it's their destiny. The asteroids in this area at 6 degrees Capricorn is the asteroid China. Destiny. Also at 6 degrees is Pholus. Something's going to pop. It gets uncorked. Something's going to burst. Now we have a Yod. When you go out to 6 degrees this way for this Yod, this special triangle that's like faded, the finger of God, at 6 degrees Leo, you have the United States North Node, where we're going, and President Biden's Pluto, and USA natal Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm going to tell you about that T-Rex. That T-Rex is fierce and ferocious, and they better be careful. T-Rex, yes, there's an asteroid for that. So a fierce United States here, and their president. And when you come over here to 6 degrees Gemini, I can't remember what's there at 6 degrees Gemini, but there's stuff. I will find it. That's a partner. That's the United States. This could be a partner opposition, and it's their destiny. Pop. Something's going to pop. Okay? So stick it. So just remember that. Just remember that. Okay. And that's true in everybody's chart. It's just that China and Pholus show up in different parts of the chart. Like, oh my gosh. So in the DC, Pholus and the asteroid China are right on the cusp of between the 7th and 8th house. When you have planets or things on cusps, you don't have to wait for things to happen. It opens up the whole chart for an exchange. So whatever's going on with China that they think is their fate or destiny, they're going to get it badly. Something big opens up. So in Washington, D.C., oh, Jupiter abundance. Is that President Biden? That's very nice. Jupiter is in the 10th house here. The sky's over D.C. Mercury. Do you mind? Hello, Mercury-Pluto conjunction from 1777. Mercury, that Mercury is active in what's going on. Hello. Wow, that's amazing. So in the first house in Washington, D.C., we have, this is another one, Saturn return age. I love these returns because the Saturn return, they force us to grow up. In the case of the United States, the Saturn return is our experienced POTUS, who was once Veep, who has come back around with his age and experience and is ready, has the perspective to get things done. There's the truth, Saturn truth. You guys, he has so much power behind him. It is mind-boggling with this Pluto return. The Secret in DC, Black Moon Lilith Lit Mystery. This is a Don Julio card. His Black Moon Lilith is, okay, there's two things going on here. Is his pain in what he owes to Pootie and G. It's also his pain of not being able to ruin our democracy. In the United States chart, Dark Moon Lilith is 19 degrees Virgo. One of you, that's where your sun is. We talked about this on Twitter. This is the United States' deepest pain. 19 degrees Virgo. This represents slavery. It represents our deepest pain against people of color, women, and children. Those we've left abandoned. This talk about abandoned. Ukraine has been fighting this war by themselves since 2012, 2014. This is a deep, dark pain. The top, the midheaven of President Biden's chart is the United States' deepest pain. He's going to get it done. Now he's got this, has moved into this area of secret. This showed up also, who had the pain in their little conspiracy to like, we don't know they are hacking. Who has it? I know I saw it. Who has it? I guess we don't have it. I thought it was there. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the secret, the pain, and the hidden enemy, the Grand Cross Provoker. He's been provoking, but he has had to pace himself. And Donald is kind of losing his mind this week, it seems, and acting out, lashing out, which in turn causes more upheaval with protests and people like protesting at schools and governors just really doing mean, cruel things. Networks in DC, the 12th house escape. This is the hacking. He realizes what's going on with the hacking and who the hackers are. This was right here with Mar-a-Lago. It's crowning DC. Oh my God, Aquarius, I know. This was always the card for Putin, for Don Julio. He always knew what the bigger plan was, and it would always show up whatever Putin was trying to provoke. Now, Biden is saying, I know it. I know the entire thing. Aquarius, I know. What does U.S. Intel know about the hacking and what's going on with Ukraine? This card was right here. What's giving them life this week? Notice the news isn't talking really about the hacking that's going on there. Ninth house. Sagittarius, I see you. Lands far away. DC says to Ottawa, I see you. You're far away. You're over the border. Ottawa says, I've got a secret. Sagittarius, I see you. Do you see that? We're working together. The shared resources, DC. Taurus, I have the evidence. I have the intel. I have the documents. I have the crypto. I have everything that this has been working on. But this is an area that is shared. So I have this with my partners. This isn't just something that I have. We all have it. Seventh house partners. The opposition is trying to create instability. So this is definitely an opposition card. Sixth house public servants. Look at sixth house routine. We are working with our partners. Fifth house of the sun. We're communicating. We're communicating with each other with our comms. Fourth house, what we're defending here at home. Our sacrifice. Those who gave all, we're defending our democracy. We are defending against this illusion. Look at Neptune's sacrifice. Remember I said Neptune represents white supremacists, white supremacy. This is what we're defending against. And we're also protecting everyone who has to run into this garbage. The third house, Jupiter return benefits. Yay! Biden's back in the house. He's got comms going on with, this was here for Ottawa Trudeau. They're having, this is such a great place for both of them to have this here. Second house income gains benefits. I benefit from my partners in working together to address this instability. So they are working together, very much so. Let me write this down. How are you guys doing? No, Jean, I don't think Jupiter is helping DJT anymore. No, it is not. And that's the thing about Jupiter. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, making things bigger. You go from 13 colonies to an independent nation. You go from a small business in your garage to a big corporation. It expands things. John Holyoke really wants to shrink everything and hide. But he can't because his Jupiter is in this area of income, gains, money. And he blew that up really big, really, really big. And Jupiter is not helping him with his, you guys, he's just dissolving. He's just dissolving. Okay, so I wrote that down. There are so many things I would like to throw cards on. Wait, I just want to get this written down. Mercury mind. 2, 7th, 3, Jupiter return benefits. I mean, it's just like everything is just coming. There's no room to hide. What do you guys want me to read on? Because I haven't been able to see the news. What are your questions? All these things I see and I'm like, I'm going to tell them this and that and this and that. And oh, we need to talk about the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, you guys, this one is good when it comes to asteroids, but I still want to look at your questions. Because I almost did a video on this, a short video. Actually, I did do the video, but then the other thing I was talking about, I calculated wrong, and I was like, ugh, I cannot post this. So, this is so cool. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, where are my asteroids? Where are my asteroids? My cheat sheet asteroids. My Rolodex of asteroids. Oh, they're over here. Oh my gosh. This full moon is so bad for them. AJ wants to know who will indict first. Oh, that's such a hard one because they have multiple sealed indictments for years. Abbott. God, he's such a... Oh my God. I'm just going to tell you about Abbott from an asteroid perspective. This is at the full moon. The full moon. So at 6 degrees, Sagittarius. You know, this is overseas. So this is like foreign lands. Okay? We have Brody. You know, the Brody emails from the Mueller report. Because he, like, made deals as a back channel, talking with UAE and the Saudis and the whole game plan with them. And he also had, like, millions of dollars for consulting. He's in trouble. He had all those emails. We have Pandora, as in Pandora Papers, okay? We have Abbott. Dear, that is him. We also have McCloskey. You know those people in Missouri who their BLM protests and they got their pow pow pows. So it's not necessarily them, but people like them, but probably them. And we also have Dallas. This is our full moon as we are on our bridge to our Pluto return. And it gets worse because at 7 degrees Sagittarius, we have Vlad, because he's a leech. What has he been leeching off of everyone, right? What has he been doing? Let's just get some cards. So these were the asteroids. These were the asteroids. At this full moon, heading to our Pluto return in less than 3 days, you guys. So we're going to look at what this represents and what's going to happen with the Pluto return here, okay? Now, again, Sagittarius, Jupiter expansion. Even though Jupiter is in Pisces, it's in its dominion. It's the female part of being happy and doing what it does best. Even though Sagittarius is in square, Sagittarius benefits because Jupiter is also in its dominion in Sag. It's the double-bodied signs. So, show me Brody. The Pandora Papers. I don't know why this is like a straight line. Abbott. Show me Abbott. That feels so lonely. We have McCloskey, Dallas. What does this mean for the Pluto return with Brody? Oh. What is this? Pandora Papers? Pluto return? What are you going to do? Abbott, Pluto return. Oh boy, this feels like a cinder block. You know, it just feels like all of them. I can't separate them. McCloskey. Dallas. Seven of Swords. Things that were stolen. Things they thought they could get away with. Things that represented things and ideas that got turned into something else. And the Five of Wands and the fight and resistance that they put up with Six of Pentacles. Maybe a charity, maybe an LLC, maybe laundering. Wow. There's nothing noble here. Brody. Ooh, the Ten of Cups reversed. That's usually the GOP party. Yeah, he's kind of flipped on that party. He's not very happy because he is in trouble. At the Pluto return, this means for him, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. He is still dealing with this stuff, but he has gone from a pip card to major arcana. So there's going to be major developments for him. He's still caught. He is unresolved. With the Pandora papers. Two of Pentacles. This is like cables, underwater cables, transfer of data on a global level, transfer of money on a global level, the world, with the Queen of Swords, with hacking nations, with spies that were involved, or people running errands to take care of this. The Pluto return. This is China. I think this is Xi. Yeah. Yeah. Something's with China. Abbott. Well. The Ace of Pentacles. The point of opportunity starts right with you. You are ground zero, ground. Ace of Pentacles. Let me grab another card for that. He's the start. He is the point of origin with the moneyed opportunity. Because of his agreement, lovers with another nation. The King of Cups reversed. This is Putin. This is Abbott with his asteroid going to the Pluto return. He has the Nine of Pentacles. We've got oligarchs, personal wealth, the Three of Cups, the conspiracy for this wealth with other people, how that money and the ideas were moved all over the place to the White House, to the Kremlin, to the Saudis. These are other foreign leaders. This is what the Pluto return has in store for him. That is a really different story than this. McCloskey, similar. They were a Knight of Swords. They were, a person that took care of those errands with intel, with crypto, with cyber, and at the Pluto return, the McCloskeys and similar. We've got the Seven of Wands. They can't keep doing what they were doing. They cannot fight back. Their whole scheme falls apart. And Dallas, the city has some judgments. They're ready to serve up because a lot of crap has been going on there. The Page of Wands, the people who are up to their shenanigans. We've got some bad news for you in Dallas. What kind of Page of Wands is this? The Five of Swords. The Mafia. They can't win. Something happens that these people who are doing this, they're at a loss. They're facing judgments. They don't know they're facing judgments. It's the end of an era with the way business has been conducted. Now we've got Vlad is a leech. how does he fit in to all of these things? Because this is going to happen, and it's going to run straight into Vlad. Straight into Vlad. And being the leech that he is, what he took, oh God, he took from the government. We've got the government. He having strength and, look at that, his strength and influence in our government. 7 Sag. At the Pluto return, what happens? Nobody wants to conspire with him. The gig is up. We have 3 other branches of government. This is the MAGAs. Can't go back to the past. That's the nationalism. Pluto return. Oh goodness, the 7 of Wands. He can't fight back either. He's out of the game. So is the McCloskeys. I mean, look at this. He goes from this to this in the Pluto return. Because he's a leech. What did he mooch off of us? What did he mooch off of us over here? Crypto. Crypto, our how we do things, our plans, our experts, our expertise, our business people. And at the Pluto return, he leached all that stuff. And he is not going to get the start that he thinks he's going to get. No, no, no. This, oh boy. Oh boy. So he went from conveniently doing his routine, getting his thing done, not working out. He does not have any mercenaries. His intercepts have all happened. His conspiracy and how he worked with China is not going to go well for him. And we're like 3 days from the start of our Pluto return. Yay! That's awesome. Okay. Oh, I wanted to tell you the story about the Tyrannosaurus Rex because the way it is placed, T-Rex, it is, somehow there's a relationship to the U.S. sun. Maybe transit-wise. I don't know, but there's a relationship to the U.S. sun. So I'm like, what is T-Rex doing, Tyrannosaurus Rex, doing sitting over the USA sun? Because it's getting ready to slam into Christopher Ray and the gates of hell, Dante, those asteroids. Because I was looking at that last night and it was kind of awesome. What was going on there? How are you guys doing? Thank you, Bonnie. T-Rex, big mouth, small arms. Yep. He cannot hoist a Stanley Cup. That is for sure. A little hockey joke there. T-Rex. I need my asteroids again. Where did I put that? That's not it. That's not it. Oh, it's right up here. T-Rex. I just want to read to you how it's described. T-Rex is a formidable, menacing, voracious predator. It's very dangerous. So with this full moon, we have, whoops, I told you my Mercury, see all the stuff flying? This is what I want to do. Oh, I love this. T-Rex, Canada. Okay, so at 14 degrees, Leo, we have T-Rex, formidable, is conjunct the asteroid Canada. You guys, Canada, I think, was ready for this formidable thing to come into their nation. I mean, these people are so dumb. You guys occupied their country as terrorists. It's not going to end well. But anyway, so at 14 degrees Leo, we have T-Rex in Canada, which at 15 degrees Leo are going to slam into Ray and Dante. And so Dante is it's hell. Oh, did I not? Descent into hell. Purgatory, realizing your misdeeds and recognizing and perceiving your terrible deeds. So I wanted to see T-Rex. Show me T-Rex to Canada. This big menacing T-Rex. Is charging in Canada. Canada is like, oh my gosh, seriously, so annoying. Timing, this is a China card as well. Some things are happening on the ground. Who's going to have the part of fortune? The Queen of Pentacles. Which nation is this? The Queen of Pentacles? The one with the data? With the money? Which queen is this? And there's the devil. I am betting that the Queen of Pentacles is a different nation with the devil trying to assert their fortune through T-Rex. I am formidable and scary. I am, what is this? The Six of Wands. The Six Wands mob. Unleashed. It's kind of an imposter mob parade. It's not really well organized. It's just kind of the shadow, what's left over. But it coming across is fierce. Two of Swords. We've been instructed to come, and it's time for us to go. This is it. We're charging into Canada. The Ace of Wands. We've been given our leadership. We've got our spark. We're going to Canada. Per the Queen of Wands. That is under the direction of Putin. And Canada. What? You're going to what here? I don't think so. No, you're not. We're done with this. The Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups, the nationalists. That P-boy party is Ten of Cups. But you're all here. No, we're done with you. We knew you were coming, who you are, and what you're part of. And so here, that's going to happen. But hey, they're like, we're going to regenerate. We're going to do this to the United States. So this whole plan then, at 15 degrees Leo, as this progresses this week, is going to run into Chris Wray, the director of the FBI. So, T-Rex then is going to hit Ray after Canada. Ray is backing up Canada in this way. This is how we back up Canada. And as a result, Dante is going to we know you. The Six of Cups, here we go again. Back to the MAGAs, the this, the that, the rallies, all you people. We're going to reveal our big plan. We've got a really big, fantastic plan going on here. It's really amazing. Once, that's part of the artwork that I have. You come to the United States. You left the United States at the behest of Putin. This was Putin's op. So T-Rex, after dealing with Canada, comes to America, the Queen of Cups. And there's some force here with the Tower. They used to be able to get away with this stuff in the past because the old POTUS let them get away with their crap. No. Runs into Chris Ray. Eight of Pentacles. I know how your operation works. This is the Putin playbook that they use everywhere to spread propaganda and protests. I got it. I know what you're doing. We just backed up Canada, created a huge mess in your plans, what you thought you were going to do. And we know that you're from January 6th. We subverted your bigger, grander plans. And guess what? We've got judgments. That's how we helped our neighbor. And so this asteroid Dante that's playing out this week, descent into hell and purgatory, guess what? We're so done with you. This is the end. You guys, this is the end. Do you get this common thing? This is the end. When I had that vision of Dr. Strange in Endgame, this is it. This is the end of the road for these. We are unified. And we are not going to listen to your excuses. There is no negotiating. We're done. You're at the end of the road. We've made our decision, and this is it. This is how you're going to deal with it. Done. Done, done, done. That's kind of awesome. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? Sempress saw an article that's seeing people leaders organizing convo to go to DC later this month. They are so... They're just not smart. I'm telling you guys... They were just a little bit smarter, we'd be in trouble. But they think, they must know how infiltrated some of the agencies are. But this is the thing. That's why POTUS and everyone has had to be so quiet. They cannot give away any hint as to what's going on because these guys are still out there like a bunch of jackasses. For entertainment purposes, yes, YouTube. Look at, yeah, oh my gosh, my throat just went so dry. When I said they think they can still go out there and act like this. They are done. They can't. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they are. And like the guy from walking down the street, I think in Ottawa, was so angry. This is tyranny, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, do you know how unmasculine it is for you to be such a whiny crybaby? I mean, they are like children, like the way that they are carrying on. It is so annoying. What else do we have? Good night, AJ. Oh, I had a long buffer. Eek. Oh, I had trolls. What is with all these trolls? Okay. Do you guys have any more questions? I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's Aloha Friday. 2 days away from our Pluto return. It's getting started. The moon will be in Libra. That's what's going to set the tone for our Pluto return. Justice. Jack, will the Cokes go down? Deseret, I buffered and your computer crashed. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I'm almost afraid to say that name, Coke. They were discovering more and more their like back channels to all of these things. I feel absolutely they are. But why don't we look at that? Why don't we look at that? Well, there's only one Coke. And you know what? I have not heard anything about Heritage Action lately. Have you guys? They've like gone off the radar too. That's the thing. These guys go off the radar. They're in trouble and someone's working out deals, it seems to me, in the background. How's my kitty? She's good. Lily Coy. She is just a funny cat. She's so sensitive. Just so sweet. She when she's in heat, She's always chasing my husband, and it freaks him out. Paisley, are we there yet? This car ride is getting long. Paisley, I think we are. We got to wait for our Pluto return and SOTU, okay? They're not going to do a whole bunch to jeopardize SOTU, okay? Because that timing is so important. Queen, will I be on tomorrow night? I don't know. I don't know. We have some hockey playoffs going on in the area. Can you show me the Coke? Oh, man. You guys, this feels like whatever entity they are, it feels like it has been sliced and diced into intricate pieces that have been split and separated, like with strings going to the mass web that they've created. And that is through our intel agencies. So let's just take a look at as to like what these are spinning off to. This network is massive. It's transcontinental. Oh my gosh, it's huge, like Trump huge. Can we get a farther out, like, final result? This is going to take a while to unfold, but the thing is, it's been analyzed. It's been broken down. There's no mystery around this. We're looking at final results here. So huge. I don't have enough cards. Like all of my decks put together. There's some action. There's something that's been started. No, my no card usually means the cover up. The cover up to the King of Swords. Who's the King of Swords? That's Xi. And Facebook. And how these guys have been able to fend everything off for so long, because it's the global mafia. But the plan involves his connections abroad to Xi. The Coke is under investigation. The Hermit card, like I described, globally. We have these parts breaking off that they know about, helping the Sun, the leaders of that, and also leaders of other nations, including Don Julio, and elections. How they were able to pair off, separate off their competition so they can maintain their influence. The people, the Page of Wands, the people on the ground, whether it was here, elsewhere, all the people that they have doing their work. China, to get what they want, no matter what, in all of the governments, no matter the outrage that it causes, no matter what it does to the agreements, over and over we see this playing out over and over again, and how it has been so devastating for people who are poor, who are out of reach of the power. How, this one's card, how they invade and approach other governments, other leadership, with their money, with their resources. They have a whole plan in the way that they go and approach things. Crowning Coke. Five of Cups. Reversed. This is how their whole network operates. This is like my Russia-China card. How they're overseas, but somehow they manage to finagle their way into a nation through other people or means or hacking. You know, knock down all these cups, the things that we possess that are important to us, and then they leave merrily on their way without a trace. So this is what they have separated out into a ton of tiny little pieces. What is this Page of Wands doing? The Page of Wands is the person that covers up all the illegalities, so it's always plausible deniability. So this Sun, the final result, and what's going to happen with this, the Dream card. The dream is the subconscious, the suggestion, how they get people's personal identities, steal information like the hacking. What else does that lead to? The dynasty. Is this? Yeah, this is Trump, because Trump is running so much of this. There's a direction with that. This part separating people off. Four of Swords, that is malware. This is phishing. This is malware and it's hacking. They sponsor that. The Page of Wands down here, all around the globe, doing illegal things and transmitting information back to where they want it to go. They know about that. The Moon, they're devastating countries and their governments through bribes and offers. Who they have made offers to get what they wanted. And therefore a personal agreement. How they are able to approach governments, courts, justices, legal. Through a crime syndicate, infiltrating all the legislatures with the crime syndicate. This is how they've got this work. To break their agreements with their own nation. They get the criminals into office to break apart their constitution. What's crowning them with the China? The Emperor. This leads directly to a single director. KOCH himself and probably Semyon. That's the guy at the top. This is how they have it all worked out. And it traces to China. So this is still going to be unfolding, but it's massive. The good news is I'm shocked they put all this stuff together, because I have seen pieces of this in the background, but everything I've ever read on, haven't you seen these cards? This is it. So are we at the end of the road, Paisley? Yeah. Is it going to take a while? Yeah. Are we at our Pluto return? Yes. Yes. Okay. Sure, Jack. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to call it quits tonight. I'm like suddenly tired from shoveling. You guys have a good evening. You guys have a great Aloha Friday. We are in really stunningly good hands. And the news is going to be moving very quickly because Mercury is in Aquarius. And we're at the end of our road. And Biden is in charge. And it's basically he's the only one in the world that has this much transformative party power in his hands right now. So say your prayers for Biden and American Renaissance version 2.0. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. Thank you, moderator, so much. Thank you for your wonderful, generous donations. Stay safe, you guys. Take care. We'll see you soon, okay? Bye. Thank you. Good night. Good night, Carmen. Shivani. Buona notte, JK.